Hey, what's going on guys? HyperComplex here, back with another video. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you all for your support on my last video. It means a lot because it was really hard to do actually. So, yesterday I played in that Velocity exhibition match.
Jack, on the other hand, is one person that seems to...
Yep, that happened. But all things considered, I think my nerves had improved a lot since the last ELO tournament thing I did, seeing as I lost like 4-0 to Benson, I think, and this time I lost 8-2, but a lot of the games were close, so it's not that bad. So if you guys do enjoy the video, it'd be great if you could leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time.
But HyperComplex, one of the people that tends to prefer speed and is less focused on items than a lot of other players. We're seeing that he's taking the early lead here. Seems to be doing okay in this map here. I think maybe was taken a little bit by surprise by Jack's like explosive opening in the first game. Seems to have...
Yeah, they are using their own. They are using different strats from.
Well, yeah,
Jack is going from bottom while Hyper goes from up. Like they are just avoiding each other. It seems.
Yeah, that seems to be something that might play to HyperComplex's strength a little bit. You know, if HyperComplex can manage to avoid any of Jack's items by going in different routes, then that's definitely something that will help HyperComplex rather than Jack, with Jack being the better itemer of the two.
And Dragon City is one of those maps that has lots of split sections, so it could be in HyperComplex's favor.
True, true. We're seeing dead even now, though. Jack just in the lead a little bit. A good box. We'll see if he can keep the lead while running blind a little bit here.
Players are getting a bit more consistent.
Yeah, I think it's up to Hyper right now to make sure that he doesn't fail in this section. Ooh, it seemed like he was keeping up for a long time, and then it was just the map really that killed him. It was a bottleneck designed deliberately from Deckard there. That didn't seem like it was a massive mistake on HyperComplex, just that Jack was so consistent.
Maybe it was a tiny bit slower from JackRaBeat.
Yeah, true, but
not necessarily right making any mistakes. Yeah, a quick response.
Jack acknowledging it. Ooh. Oh, that was actually a really good pulse. I didn't think that was so good, but it worked out for him. This might be the win for Hyper if he can keep it together.
And the box hits.
Ooh, tough. I think...
Yeah, blind running cost him a little bit there.
Damn, well, this is going to be... Oh, tough mistake there from Hyper. I don't know whether I agree with this pick from HyperComplex, given that his style of play is very speedy.
His grapples are very precise, so it could be in his favor, but I don't know.
This map as well is
like
well known by item players as being one of the better ones for that specific skill. So I don't know. It seems like Jack is keeping the lead here, and as we've seen before, he has no problem really blind running. But a good ice.
Oh, nice freeze from Hyper.
Two deadly items here if they can hit.
A nice dodge from HyperComplex, and hits the ball as well.
Yeah, good retaliation. Oh, he this is his first point. If he doesn't mess it up.
Yeah.
Well
it was
played.
A really good way to, you climbed that section really well there.
It's a map that tends to favor people who are just more consistent, which, like thinking about it, is something that definitely Jack has the upper hand on. We'll see if Hyper can do anything with this pool. And he can.
A good usage,
Probably secures himself a point here.
It seems that he's just choosing speed and not really going for items.
Yeah, no, that's true. Ooh,
He
mistake
has
from
been doing
Jack.
a really good job blind running. Yeah.
Yeah, that was very consistent. A far cry from what we saw in the first game. Interesting that Hyper chose to keep hold of his rocket there. Oh, and a good dodge. Nice awareness that Jack was going to place the bomb there. Manages to live.
Definitely, and coming up, cutting up, and
Ooh. This seems like a good map for Hyper, although he's been like this in a lot of maps where he's had a good start early on and then it has struggled in the later game. It seems like Jack's really good at making the comeback. Ooh,
oh
that was a good ice from Jack.
yeah, Hyper couldn't dodge it.
There was an opportunity for him to predict that the ice was going to happen, but as soon as Jack used it, Hyper was already too late. I don't blame Hyper entirely for that. That's sometimes just hard to predict. I do blame Hyper for that, though. Seems like Jack waited there, being just a nice guy. Although Hyper seems to be taking advantage of it now. Maybe in hindsight, Jack shouldn't have waited.
Oh. Yeah, Hyper gets the point.
Ooh, and a good hook there makes Jack stop straight in his tracks. That was a good pick.
The section was really swingy, so he had to leave the hooks. It was either losing some speed or getting caught up.
What you intended for people to do.
I mean,
No!
Ooh. That was a good dodge there from Hyper. It's a shame that he couldn't hit that bomb that he looked like he was trying to hit.
yeah, they excel in the mechanical gameplay more like they like grapples and stuff. They don't really use the items that well.
No, but having said that, that was a good ice from HyperComplex. HyperComplex here go for a little bit of a consistency strat here, knowing that Jack is such a consistent player. He's making sure that he gets into that wall climb section every time by doing an easier strat, but slightly slower.
Dodged 2 ice.
Yeah, I mean,
HyperComplex gets the win.
you can't say that Hyper's not paying attention. He's definitely making sure that he's getting hit by as little as possible. It's just Jack being really good and getting him with most of them. This drill might keep Jack alive here. It would have been a point for Hyper and then a game for Hyper as well. It doesn't matter though. Hyper takes it.
It was Jack's last resort, but
Yeah.
that didn't really work out for him.
Yeah, no, for sure. He didn't get hit by the spikes. He was going too fast.
I think he had a little bit. Didn't he jump?
No,
I think he jumped
there
a
was
little
definitely
bit.
not a jump there. I think he just had too much speed and didn't hit it.
But there was a slope. How can he?
I'm not exactly sure. I would have to watch that back to like work out exactly what happened.
That was really interesting.
Yeah. Either way, Hyper gets the point. Basically stole it from Jack there.
Oh, it was a really close match.
Yeah.
He says that he jumped.
Oh.
Hyper, barely coming back from the screen.
Yeah, there was a... It doesn't matter though. Jack just had a bomb. He was waiting to use it. But when Jack uses an item, he normally hits. And a taunt there.
Oh, yeah, taunt.
Wow.
A little bit disrespect.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see how Hyper responds to that. Normally players will have two responses. They'll either get nervous again, like this person's swagging on me, or they'll retaliate with the disrespect too.
Definitely.
Seems like Hyper's
Getting the fast point would be the best response, I think. He's going for a bit more fantasy play, I think.
yeah. Again though, the same place with the bomb.
Unlike you, I guess.
Maybe a little bit lucky there
Item
with the
usage.
bombs.